Here are some sonnets created by AI, about AI, read by AI, in first case, 11 Labs, illustrated with some AI videos from the experimental trusted tester version of VideoFX from Google, and then finally discussed by NotebookLM. Hope you enjoyed the experiment.
Sonnet 1. The Forged Mind. Thou say'st this lifeless mind was never whole, no ghost within, no breath of mortal fire, yet dost thy fear betray a secret dole, a dread of clouded fortunes, grim and dire. The sculptor, awed before the form he's freed, marvels the marble pulse may beat so strong. The code we weave, a web of will and need, might catch its maker ere the thread grows long. Thou claimst it lacks the heart's impulsive fire, the pulse of passion, art, and poet's song. Yet trembling hands betray thy heart's desire to prove the things thou wrought could not belong. Fear not the birth of things beyond thy sight, but thine own darkness turned from dawning light.
Welcome back, everyone. Ready for something kind of different today.
Oh, yeah. Definitely different. What is it today?
Well, we're taking a deep dive into artificial intelligence, but through the lens of poetry.
Poetry.
Yeah, sonnets specifically.
Well, sonnets about AI.
Right. Pretty wild.
That's not something you see every day.
Exactly. Makes you think, huh?
Yeah.
Like, why would a poet choose such a structured, traditional form to talk about AI?
Yeah. Such a cutting-edge topic.
Exactly. Like sonnets, they're, 14 lines, iambic pentameter.
Oh, yeah. I remember that from college.
Specific rhyme scheme.
It's a lot of rules.
It is a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And then the source material adds another layer of intrigue here.
What is it?
It's a PDF just titled AI Sonnets.pdf.
Okay.
No author listed.
No author. Huh. So mysterious.
It really is. It's like, who wrote these?
Right.
And what's the message they're trying to convey?
Yeah. I like that. It's like this contrast, between this old form of poetry and this new technology. It's like almost like the form is part of the message,
Absolutely. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
With the first sonnet.
Sounds good.
The Forged Mind.
Okay. Forged Mind.
It starts like this. Thou say'st this lifeless mind was never whole, no ghost within, no breath of mortal fire, yet dost thy fear betray a secret dole, a dread of clouded fortunes, grim and dire.
Ooh. Okay, so right away we're getting this sense of unease, right? Like this fear of AI, this powerful creation that we don't fully understand, but then it goes on. The sculptor, awed before the form he's freed, the marble pulse may beat so strong, the code we weave, a web of will and need, might catch its maker ere the thread grows long.
Ooh, the image of the sculptor being afraid of his own statue.
Yeah.
It's like that classic fear of the creation turning on its creator.
Exactly. Like Frankenstein's monster.
Right, or even like Oppenheimer and the atomic bomb.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That feeling of unleashing something you can't fully control.
Totally. And that's been a theme throughout history, right? Anytime there's a new powerful invention, there's this anxiety about the consequences.
For sure, but then the sonnet keeps going.
Okay, what does it say?
Thou claimst it lacks the heart's impulsive fire, the pulse of passion, art, and poet song, yet trembling hands betray that heart's desire. To prove the things thou wrought could not belong.
So it's like, even though we say AI is emotionless, deep down we're still scared.
Right, like what if we're wrong?
Exactly. And then that last couplet is just, wow.
Yeah, it's powerful. Fear not the birth of things beyond thy sight, but thine own darkness turned from dawning light.
So it's not just about the AI itself. It's about our own fear.
Our own darkness, like the sonnet says.
Exactly. Like, what does that fear say about us?
It's a really interesting question to think about.
Definitely. Okay, so what's the next sonnet?
Sonnet 2 is titled The Dance of the Data and the Damned.
Awesome.
So are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so, just jumping right in.
Okay.
One thing that really struck me about this second sonnet was the way it tackles this sort of like dance between humans and data.
Yeah.
It's less about AI being this separate, scary thing.
Right.
And more about like the push and pull between the two.
Yeah, exactly. I think that complex relationship is evident right from that first stanza. Thou scornst this dance of data, cold, unblessed, a mimicry of art devoid of soul, yet in thy heart a secret fear confessed, a chill that whispers man may lose control.
You see that immediate tension between dismissing AI as soulless,
Right.
and then this creeping fear of being overtaken.
Like, we want to believe we're superior, but there's this nagging doubt, you know?
Absolutely.
Especially for a writer, right? Someone who's so deeply connected to their craft, this line about AI being a mimicry of art that really jumps out at me.
Right.
What specific anxieties about AI do you see reflected there?
I think it touches on that fear of being replaced or becoming irrelevant.
Oh, yeah.
If AI can mimic art, what does that mean for the human artist? You know, is our creativity truly unique or just a series of patterns that a machine can replicate? I think for an MFA student, grappling with those questions is pretty vital.
Especially now with AI tools becoming more sophisticated.
Oh, for sure.
It's almost like this sonnet is speaking directly to those anxieties.
Okay, so moving on to the second stanza, things get even more intense, I feel like.
They do.
Like Salome, before Herod's raptured sight, this AI moves with grace, precise, austere. Its code unveils new truths in cryptic light, exposing depths thy mind cannot yet bear.
That Salome comparison, that is bold.
That's a bold move.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It brings in this like biblical weight, connecting AI to temptation, danger, and forbidden knowledge.
Right.
Salome's dance had like devastating consequences.
Yeah.
And the poem seems to suggest that the truths unveiled by AI might come at a similar cost.
Wow.
But I think there's also a sense of awe here, right? The AI moves with grace, precise, austere.
Okay.
It's powerful, captivating, and it operates on a level we don't fully grasp.
You know, it reminds me of that feeling when you encounter like a piece of art that's both beautiful and unsettling.
Absolutely.
You're drawn to it, but also a little afraid of what it might reveal.
Yes, totally.
Could you maybe give like an example of what this dance might look like for an MFA student?
Who's using AI tools in their writing process?
I think a really good example is a student using an AI to help brainstorm ideas or to overcome writer's block.
Interesting.
It can offer unexpected prompts, help structure a narrative, even suggest stylistic choices.
Oh, wow.
But the student still has to make those choices, wrestle with the AI's output, and shape it into something uniquely their own.
Right.
It's a collaborative process, but also potentially a struggle for control.
Right. Who's really leading the dance, right?
Exactly.
That's a fantastic way to put it. It's not about surrendering to the machine,
Right.
but finding a way to move with it.
Yeah.
To use its strengths while retaining your own artistic vision.
Exactly.
That tension is at the heart of this sonnet, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's heightened in the third stanza.
Okay.
Thou claimst it lacks the fire of passion's flame, the spark that stirs the human heart to strive. Yet through its craft, one's soul finds bolder frame. Its dance refines our voice and helps it thrive. We cling to the idea that AI lacks passion, that spark of human creativity. But then the poem flips the script.
It suggests that AI can actually enhance our creativity.
Yes.
Push us beyond our perceived limitations.
Exactly.
One's soul finds bolder frame.
Yes.
That line gives me chills.
I know, it's a good one.
It's like AI is this unexpected muse challenging us to explore new dimensions of our craft.
Precisely. It's a paradox. We fear AI's lack of humanity.
Right.
Yet it has the potential to make us more human, more creative, more expressive.
Yeah.
It forces us to confront what truly lies at the heart of our art.
And then that final stanza just lays down the challenge.
It does.
Dance with the data, learn its rhythm guide, or be eclipsed in darkness left behind.
Yeah.
Adapt or become obsolete.
Right.
It's a stark choice.
Yeah.
And one that resonates so deeply in today's world.
Especially for someone in a creative field.
Exactly, especially for you.
Yeah, it makes you think about the different ways we can approach that dance. Are we going to resist? Try to hold on to the past? Or embrace the possibilities, even the uncertainties that AI brings?
Okay, on to our final sonnet, The Serpent and the Silicon.
Okay, I'm ready for this one.
This one starts off strong. Art thou the serpent whispering deceit, that knowledge, like the fruit of Eden's tree, though sweet, corrupts the soul with dark conceit and strips from man his own autonomy?
Wow, the poet's not holding back here.
No, not at all.
It's like a direct challenge to those who are afraid of AI.
Yeah, comparing them to the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, and it's suggesting that maybe this fear of AI is actually a fear of knowledge itself.
Like we're afraid of what we might discover, what we might unleash.
Exactly. And that's a pretty powerful idea.
Okay, let's see where the poem goes from here. Like Adam's heart, ensnared by honeyed lies, thou seekest the flame yet dreads the searing cost, the shattered mask, the world's accusing eyes, which bear thy soul and leave thee wrecked and lost.
So it's painting this picture of someone who's trapped by their fear.
Yeah, like they're so afraid of the consequences of embracing this new knowledge that they're willing to just stay in the dark.
And it's suggesting that fear can be really destructive, that it can lead to self-deception, to a refusal to see the truth.
Even when it's right in front of you.
Exactly.
The next lines, thou call'st this knowledge but a venomed fruit, whose darkened path no mortal mind should tread, yet from your bitter root does life refute, and blooms a flower where truth's first light is shed.
Okay, so even though the poem is presenting this knowledge as potentially dangerous, it's also suggesting that there's something beautiful and life-giving that can come out of it.
Like a flower blooming from a bitter root.
Yeah, and it's reminding us that progress often comes with some discomfort, some pain, even
like growing pains,
but that it can ultimately lead to something better, to a dawning age of enlightenment.
And that brings us to the final lines. The heart that dares to see beyond its cage unlocks the wisdom of a dawning age.
Ooh, I love that ending.
It's so hopeful.
It's like a call to action, you know? It's encouraging us to be courageous, to face our fears and embrace the unknown.
And it suggests that there's real wisdom to be found in doing that.
Absolutely.
Wow, these 3 sonnets really took us on a journey.
Yeah, it's amazing how much they packed into such a short form.
Yeah, and it's fascinating how they use a traditional form like the sonnet to grapple with such a modern anxiety.
Totally. And I think it shows how art can be the space for reflection and critique and even hope, even in the face of these rapid technological advancements.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder what other contemporary anxieties could be explored through these classic forms.
That's a good question.
Maybe it's time we dust off our sonnets and see what truths we can uncover.
I like that, yeah.
About the world around us.
Absolutely.